Hey lads, today I'm going to be playing against Remco Chess. He's a small YouTuber from the Netherlands and his elo is about 1,000 rated. We're going to be playing 2 games today. The first game will be on my channel, the second will be on his. So if you enjoy watching this video, do go and check out the second video on his channel. Let's jump into the games. Okay, here we have game 1 against Remco. We have the white pieces. And I've played d4. He's played d5 into the center of the board. He's a d5 player. I like playing against d5. It's simple. I see it the most. It's one of the most common responses. And so I always put my knight on f3.
Probably bringing a bishop out here. And I think one of the most common lines is to bring out the pawn here, or I might actually just push this pawn just to be on the safe side.
He's responded with putting his knight on f6, most typical response, because there's this tension on this pawn here in the middle. I'm attacking that pawn, he's defending that pawn. It was defended by the queen, so I was never threatening to take it, but there is a bit of tension here already in the position.
He's playing on the chestnut board, which is nice. I might get me one of them in the future.
Again, guys, if you do want to get a Chessnut Pro, use the link in my description. It'll give you the biggest discount that you can get for Chessnut Pro. Sometimes it's up to 17% off. I don't know what months you get 17% off, but I know it is more on sale during like Black Friday and coming up to Christmas and stuff. But this board's fantastic. I love playing with it. And it's so easy to connect to Google Chrome. You just chuck a chord in and it's working.
Okay, it's taking its time for what I think to me seems like a quite simple move.
I use an extension, so I can and it's built in with chess.com, so it has a button on chess.com that just says connects with Chessnut Pro, and you just click the button and then you're already set up to play. So there's no Bluetooth or any of that stress, which is really nice. Okay, it's my move, and I probably should make the move, but let's put our bishop here into the center of the board, and this is the Job of London.
Yes, I knew he was going to bring it out here. So now I need to think, obviously he wants to bring out his knight over here and fork me, which obviously I'm not going to let happen, so I will push this pawn, just to be on the safe side.
If he had played any other move, I would have probably played e4. Okay, he knows that I'm targeting this c7 pawn and getting my pieces sort of looking in that direction, and so he is very well aware of that. So he's played a6 so that my knight can't jump to b5.
My main aim is to just see if I bring out this bishop, I know he's going to be pushing me around, and I don't want that to happen. So I'll develop this bishop later on. He might push this pawn to prevent me from coming in.
We're now closed off our pawn chain. Our bishop's on one side, our knight's on the other, and we're going to get ready to start moving in. It's most likely that he will be castling kingside, and a6 tempts me to do a certain move.
This bishop will get to his glory later on in the game. Let's see what he does. I think most commonly people bring out a bishop here, or a knight out here.
I kind of want to play g4. G4, then g5, he goes knight h5, threatening my bishop. It's very interesting. I can also put the knight on or the queen on f3. I don't know why I'm thinking about all this, but yeah, he can't play knight h5 because my queen's looking at it. Yeah, let's do this. This is a kind of wild and crazy move.
I sometimes play Job of London also. Well, lately I've been playing Job of London all the time. But I know that he's been getting his instructions, so to say, from someone else. I did a course with Ginger GM. I think he knows him also, Simon Williams. So he's attacking nearly my knight in a minute. Obviously, I can't take it because it's defended. I can always go back here if need be. So what I would like to do is just to what I've actually I played the Babylon against a strong player over the board not too long ago. And I think one of the main lines is to bring out your pawn here and then go for the center. If you don't go for the center, then your pawn is here. So I think I'm actually gonna go here now. Challenge the center, and if he takes, I can recapture the bishop. And obviously, if he wants to take my knight, it's fine.
Queen on d1 is guarding the h5 square. So when the pawn moves forward to g5, the knight has to go backwards. And then we got g6 on the table, which looks very nice. But before we would go g6, we would have to probably play h4, h5. Okay, so he's striking back on the other side of the board. And whenever this happens, I always take this pawn. Well, not always, but in most situations, I take that pawn.
I can always reroute my knight back here. So he decides to take. So I recapture. Develop my knight, bishop, excuse me. It's not defended at the moment, but you can always retreat.
Because you don't want your bishop to be closed off. When it comes over here, the pawn can move forwards, and then your bishop has to run back, and nobody likes running back. Never fun. Okay, let's keep pushing.
Obviously, with this pawn being here, it's a bit tricky. Yeah, okay. What I could do is obviously can't go here. I could go here, but it'd be not very nice. So I can bring it back here and maybe reroute here, or yeah, bring it back here. Then maybe. Yeah, let's first do this. It's a bit of an awkward position.
And I think this kind of way I'm playing is, I don't know, maybe it's a wee bit risky, but it's fun. It's aggressive, that's what it is. Okay, so he moved back to here, which makes a lot of sense. I'm going to just defend this pawn with h4.
So don't think, okay, so he's going full in the attack. So I need to start countering his attack with something else. I'm not castled yet, so I obviously won't castle. So I'm going for a counter attack. I might push this pawn also.
Next, I think I want to go bishop d3 and potentially knight f3. I'm not entirely sure. Depends where his bishop goes. If his bishop pulls over to b4, pinning my knight, then my other knight's probably moving. Okay, so he's also getting a bit aggressive here. I like to see it. Yeah, so we go bishop d3 now. Honestly, actually, let's put the other knight into the game here on f3.
So if I push this pawn, this one is still defended. Where could the knight go? It can't go here. Can't go here, so it needs to go back here or here. I kind of like that. The pawn is defended by my bishop. My bishop is defended by the knight. And the other pawn is defended even... Oh, hang on. I need to consider something. If he takes me... Oh, actually, I can retake it with the other knight. Yeah. If he takes my knight, I can recapture it with my other knight. So it's a funky start of the game. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, this is a bit wild and wacky, isn't it? Is he going to castle? I hope so. If he castles, this is going to be very exciting. because my pawns are looking at him. Now, rook g1 is an idea in this kind of opening. Okay, so he's pushed forwards. He's attacking my knight. And where does that knight need to be placed? Hard to say. We could go a4, hitting his bishop. But then, could I get tempoed? Do I want my knight on that side of the board? I don't think it's too bad. Yeah, I don't mind it over here, because it sort of stops his other pawn from pushing. I don't mind it. And he doesn't have a check on a5.
Oh, we can actually go there. Okay, that's fair enough. So, how do I go about this? I obviously don't want to give up my bishop. So, if I go all the way back here, then this pawn is still defended by my knight, and even if he takes my knight, I can recapture with my knight and still defend this pawn. So yeah, it's not really something I like, to be honest. The tricky thing is I can't castle this side.
So he just pulled his bishop back, which makes a lot of sense. And I don't think I have to worry about any of this. There's no issue right now. I think maybe now we just continue developing.
And obviously, this side isn't really a good thing to castle to either. So he's got me into a bit of a rough spot, to be honest. Because I don't see how I can actually castle either side at the moment.
Okay, so he's just sort of solidified that. Now there is no threat of queen a5. I'm not stressed. I think we should continue attacking. And probably the way to do that is h5 and then g6. Could also go knight e5, knight takes knight, bishop takes knight. So my bishop's on e5, looking at g7. If f6, g takes f6, g takes f6, then my queen is looking very good. Oh, wait, after that, wait, knight e5, bishop e5, f6, g takes f6, g takes f6, queen h5 check. That looks very interesting.
Okay, this could be a bit tricky now. Because then I'm kind of getting in. Oh, actually, this pawn is still defended by the queen. So I'm inclined to, but if I obviously take, he's going to take here and he's forcing me to either block it with the rook or castle. And I don't really want to be castling to that side, so I'm actually not inclined to go for this trade. So what else can he do? He cannot go here. He cannot go here. He can't go here. So I might go for here with my knight. See if he can go for a trade. And if he takes, I can just retake. I mean, castling is just like a death sentence, isn't it? There's so much, like this is eyeing here, this is looking here, these pawns are coming up. Okay, I need to have a plan. I don't think I can capture this knight. That's out of the question. So shall I go here, aiming at this bishop to get rid of it? And if he retreats, I can take this, but obviously he will just take me. And then I can take here, and let's see.
Oh, my pieces are just very active. I can even put my other bishop on b5, pinning this knight. Now he could castle here. And if he does castle, I really do think I'm pretty happy. If he castles, I'm probably gonna go bishop b5. I just feel like that's a very good square for my bishop. Maybe. Maybe if he castles, maybe queen h5. I mean, that looks kind of good too, doesn't it? Okay. Wow. Do we have a knight sacrifice? Knight takes f7, king takes f7, queen h5 check, g6, bishop takes g6. Yeah, I gotta go for it. Knight takes f7, king takes f7, knight takes f7. Maybe, yeah, he has to deal with the threat on his queen. So knight takes f7, I'm pretty sure king's gonna capture. And if the king doesn't capture, then I just take the rook. Knight takes f7, king captures. Yeah, that looks very logical. Knight takes f7, king takes f7, queen h5 check, g6, bishop takes g6, h takes g6, because the queen's protecting the rook. Queen takes g6. Doesn't work, because the king's on f7. Okay, it doesn't work, but it's very interesting. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's worth considering, isn't it? Okay, the next thing I want to consider, instead of capturing his knight, bishop b5 check. Bishop b5 check. He goes bishop d7. Knight takes d7. Knight takes d7. Hard to know what to do. I could just take his knight. Bishop takes. Then my bishop checks on b5. And I can tuck that bishop away on a4.
I don't want him to have his bishop here and looking at my side of the board, because I don't know if I want to castle anyway at all. So let's see what he's going to do. I think he must take me, because otherwise he defends it with his pawn, and then you have double isolated pawns. So I think he needs to take. And then I can take, recapture with my knight. And I need to find a way to get rid of this, but without getting the bishop into the game, because I don't want to force myself into a decision. Castle or not castle. He hasn't castled either, so yeah. But once this knight is gone, I can actually advance my pawns. Specifically when I recapture with my bishop, I can just start pushing these pawns. So I don't think he wants that, but he doesn't want to push this pawn either, because then he just, as I said, has isolated double pawns. Even though I wouldn't be able to advance my pawns anymore, not this one anyway. What he also could do is just push this pawn. Then he defends this knight with the queen. Then he defends both of these, both the bishop and the knight. So I think this probably is his best move. But then again, I can take it. He recaptures. And then his whole queen side is open. So I think we're both in a rough spot, to be honest. Don't think both of us are actually quite happy with our position. And looking by the time he's using, I think he is also having a good long think of how to deal with this.
Let's do that. It looks pretty solid there. And I still have both of my bishops.
I'm liking that I have a time advantage. I'm normally quite slow. And yeah, very curious to find out what he's thinking at the moment. And when he's actually going to... okay, so he's going for it. Okay, well, there's no real decision to be made here. I also need to recapture. My bishop is on defense. Okay, now I need to have a good long think.
So we've checked him. And we have enough time on the clock. 7.5 minutes. And now I have a really interesting idea that's probably not going to work. Knight c6 if he doesn't defend properly, because it's a double attack on the knight on b8. And if he takes, I take with maybe with bishop c6. Bishop takes c6 and hitting king and rook. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look like anything's happening yet, but there's ideas here of knights jumping to places. If he defends with his bishop, I will capture with my knight. If he defends with knight, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think he's playing pretty well. He's playing very well for an 1100.
So there's 2 ways to go about it. Well, 4 ways to be precise, but obviously I'm not putting my queen in front. I'm not going to step away with my king. So this is one option, or this is one option. So let's have a look first at this option. Bring it back. So he has got 2 attackers, and I've got 2 defenders. 3 actually. His queen cannot come into the game at the moment. So is there any advantage of going one first, or if I go here with my knight, it doesn't really matter. He can take, I take, he takes, I take. If I go first, I don't think it really matters, does it? His bishop isn't looking at anything. The only thing could be, if I go with my knight first, he might go here. No, it doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters.
He defended with his knight. Interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it. And maybe we just push on with our plan here. G6. What are we doing? Okay, what about C3, Queen A4? Not awful, but maybe better Queen D3. Queen D3. Yeah, let's go Queen D3. There's a lot of tension in this position. A lot of tension. Yeah, he's playing very well for an 1100.
I need to find a way to... Actually, I can bring back my knight here. My bishop, excuse me. If need be. This is all defended. This is actually quite a nice game. Because we're both, I think, in a bit of trouble. Because we, as I said before, we don't want to castle into the pawn structure. But both our other side is completely messed up. He can castle king side. I can castle king side. Well, I can castle queen side. But both don't want to castle... I don't want to castle king side. He doesn't want to castle queen side. I presume, because the pawns are coming up now. Okay, so I need to be aware that my bishop is undefended. If I go here with my... Let's have a good think. Well, actually, my bishop is defended, but not for long. If it's... Say, if it takes... I take... He takes, I takes... I think I need to maybe... oh no, I can't... kind of a bit worried that I might be getting into some trouble. So maybe I need to reroute my bishop here. Or should I just push the pawns? Actually, the queen can't come here to attack my bishop. It can't come here, can't come here. So actually the queen is not able to attack my... And if I push it here, the bishop cannot attack because it's defended by the rook. Let's go for it. Let's be aggressive.
There's a wee bit of something on my knight's bum. Gotta keep him clean. All right, already down. What's he gonna do? He's kind of not in a comfortable position, is he? He just pushes. That's wild. I feel like castling here. And when I castle, I'll be castling kingside. So he's stopping my idea of bishop a4.
I'm fully aware that my bishop might be in trouble.
That's fine. I'm going to castle kingside.
But as far as I can see now, the queen can't get to me. Which might change when I start pushing these pawns. Well, I'm glad I have not been annihilated so far. Oh, that is risky, risky, risky. He's castling into the side, which is completely open. So now I'm kind of wondering if I should castle kingside also, because if he starts pushing, he's obviously. Okay, this is quite a surprise.
You all say that I never castle, and it's true. I don't like to castle because I like to keep the attack going. But sometimes I do castle. And I think my king is very safe on g1. Yeah, he doesn't have any pawns in front of him, but so what?
It's obviously quite tricky for him to push his pawns any further.
So what?
What I might do is come up here with my bishop. So yeah, let's do that. Let's do this. Let's come up here.
So now I'm thinking b3, and he probably goes a3. I mean, if he takes, then my rook's getting active. But b3, if he goes a3, then I go c3. He'll probably capture c3. I capture c3 with queen, targeting his bishop. His bishop's going to have to move. Oh, look, it just moved. Okay, I can win a bishop here, which seems really good. Knight c6, queen has to move. I take on e7, king takes e7. Now his king can't castle and is in the middle. That might be good.
He has some kind of a move to go up here with his knight. And that would mean I have to get away from my bishop. So the bishop needs to be recaptured by the king. So I can't actually... I need to have a good think about this. Actually, I might want to bring in my queen here if he lets me still.
Okay, let's calculate quick. Knight c6, queen b6, knight takes bishop, king takes bishop. Yeah, I think it's probably better to play b3 first, because I need more pieces defending my bishop. My bishop looks a wee bit weak.
Okay. I might want to just keep that thing locked up. I think I might want to keep it locked up. Because if he captures, yes, let's not do that. Let's just keep things locked.
Although maybe I get the bishop pair. Maybe it's a good thing. Okay.
He really wants to get rid of my pawns. I don't have my light colored bishop. No. Oh, yes, I need it for defense also. So, yeah, nothing really I can do. Oh, but this is a bit dangerous because now I actually can't go here with my queen.
And I'm not defending my bishop, but that's okay.
I might be in some kind of trouble. Well, if I hang on, if I step away with my queen, say here, I'm attacking the bishop, so I'm kind of provoking him to take, and if he still comes out here,
I can always just take the knight. He's probably going to castle here soon. And then I start pushing Harry.
I don't need to do that. If I castle now, my rook will be here. He then can go here, and then I have a problem because then my rook is undefended. My bishop is undefended. Can I do some kind of a bishop sacrifice? I don't think I can go here with my bishop. I can go back maybe. So if he comes out with his bishop. But then again, if he takes... No. It's a bit of a rough spot, to be honest.
I really like my position. This looks very good. This looks very, very good. This just looks super easy to play. All my moves sort of just make sense. And it looks like he's a wee bit low on time. So maybe he'll start making some obvious errors. Now, I don't know. I mean, there's always errors that people make. Maybe I haven't played super accurately this game. Probably missed some big attacks with Gary, most likely. But yeah, he's played really well. And now he's low on time, which is an encouraging thing. But I'm not going to try to abuse the clock because, I mean, there's always errors that people make. Maybe I haven't played super accurately this game. Probably missed some big attacks with Gary, most likely. But yeah, he's played really well. And now he's low on time, which is an encouraging thing. But I'm not going to try to abuse the clock because there's a 10-second increment every move. So this is 15 plus 10.
I think I don't really have a choice. If he comes up here with, can I? Oh, actually, no, I can't. I can attack. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is a bit tricky. This is a bit tricky. Okay, take. I lose castling right, but that's just it just has to be. I don't know. I can't see it anymore. There's too much going on.
I think this pin is quite annoying for him to deal with. It's like, do you castle or do you not? Do you not go for it? I do think I need to play knight c6, just so I can get rid of that dark squared bishop, because the dark squared bishop is going to be very annoying. Okay, and he's not allowed it. Okay, so now I can just take the knight, bishop takes, knight takes, king takes, and everything sort of gets traded off. However, I win the pawn on g7. I'm going to go for that.
Yeah. Don't mind. Bring my... Okay. Can I trap his bishop? His knight. No, hang on. It's his queen, I mean. Can I bring his queen into potential danger? Obviously, if I take here, he's going to en passant it. And I'm in trouble.
His king is not as safe as mine. And now maybe my goal is going to be pushing Gary to the back. Maybe that's the goal. The only way for him to defend the f7 pawn is his a rook. And if he does that, bishop e5 looks very nice. Bishop e5 looks nice. And yeah, okay, so he found it.
Okay, he might get my rook, but then it's just 2 rooks for a queen. See if we can get a check in. So he's up in time for now, for change. He might bring his pawn here, but then I can go in for this one. Grab another pawn, or grab another pawn, grab a pawn.
His rooks are both tied down. And neither pawn can move because of Gary, which is wonderful. Okay, so he just comes over there. So he wants to check me and go for a repetition. So I think we just block his entry. Yeah, he wants to repeat checks. So here and here somehow. Maybe it's not possible. I think it is. Because my king could never approach this square because he can move back and forth here. That would be a forced draw.
Maybe come in here. Don't know what to do. I'm not sure, to be honest.
I mean, I can always take his rook on a8. I don't think I need to right now. Let's go here. Close everything off.
I'm not sure what to do. Not sure what to do. Maybe you come here and check. But what does it do? But then I can up. No. Goes here, goes here. I can't come in with my queen actually anywhere. Okay.
And his rooks just are terrible right now. They can't move, and mine can. Now his queen's going to come in.
Maybe I can come in here. Here. Yeah, okay.
And now his queen's going to go out.
Okay, so that's not going to work.
There it goes.
Just going to have to go back all the way here. I don't know. Maybe go here.
This is a forced checkmate if he can't break through. I think he's going to take on f4.
I need to start making moves. Shall I go bold? And if he checks, I can still go back. And if he doesn't, I can go in. He checks. Yeah, that might be a checkmate. And obviously I can't lose this pawn. If he goes in for a check, if he captures, I can go in here and even. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to do something.
These rooks are very powerful. If he takes f4, e takes f4, queen takes f4, and rook can check the king. And he's gonna have to take with queen, then rook takes, king takes, and then I have a queen versus 2 rooks, essentially, with an extra bishop. And he's under 2 minutes. I think my position is just winning. I can always push Big James Bond, as well, if we want to push him. Okay, he did take, and like I said, this seems fine for me. Okay, and now I'm going to check. If he moves his king, he's probably getting mated, so he has to take with queen, which is a good trade for him, but he's just going to be down the exchange because I'll have the bishop. So, and I could also trade my queen for both his rooks, but I don't think that's a good idea, especially when his rooks are so passive and mine is such a strong piece. So I'm not too worried. I am not worried. So he did come back. We're going to take. His king took. And he's playing well. And now the question is, how do we finish this? I think probably just centralize my king.
Can I go somewhere here, maybe? No, I can't come in here. Yeah, I'm toast, aren't I? Push this pawn, he's just gonna grab it. Yeah, there's not much I can do, man.
Well, that's a mistake. It happens. And now we can finally grab the Harry pawn. He's played very well. He's low on time as well. Yeah, his position was difficult. I just come over here and we should be fine. He's gone with a check. I suppose I'll just I'll just move forwards. And now f6 and pawn takes g takes f6. So Gary will become Frankie. No? Okay. Well, that is a free rook. Oh, it's a wee bit rough for him.
Yeah, okay. GG's. Yeah, okay.
GG. Okay, I'm just going to go into the analysis super fast, see how we played here. We played with a 70.5 and he played with a 60.7. So not my greatest game. Looks like all the way back here. Yeah, bishop d3 was wrong. And we should have just pushed Harry. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like I went for some silly ideas, and the castle it really didn't like. I told you guys, should never castle. Okay, and this was a big mistake. I probably should have gone knight c6 here. No? Oh, okay, just push e5 or e4. Yeah, e4 makes a lot of sense. Like, if I just go here, he takes, and now we have 3 pieces attacking here. That looks amazing. Yeah. Yeah, this position was way easier than I played it. I took forever. And even all the way back here, after I took this pawn, I made a mistake by going bishop d4. That was my mistake. And he could have pushed this pawn. So let's look at this move. Here we take, and that means this check. So that's why it's so good. I didn't see this. Yeah, I would not have taken. I would have seen this, I hope. But yeah, okay, interesting. Okay, so the game was a lot closer than I thought it was. Wow. Good game, brother. That was a lot of fun. Lads, if you do want to see game 2, go over to Remco Chess's channel. I'll link it in the description of this video so you can go and support him, give him some love. That would be cool. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you all very soon.